For those of you who are not so familiar with HOVERAIR, we have created a self-flying camera that essentially lets you be completely in the moment of whatever you love to do. The TLDR is we created the easiest drone possible because you don't have to actually fly it. It flies completely for you. It has been a super busy year for us, but we are extremely proud that we have received recognition globally for our products. We most recently received a Time Best Invention for HOVERAIR Pro Max, which is this little guy right here. This product was designed for being able to keep up with the faster paced activities from skiing, biking, and it actually could shoot in 8K, and it all weighs under 192 grams, which is pretty incredible. And then most recently, which we're really excited to talk to you guys about today, we launched HOVERAIR Aqua, which is actually the world's first drone that can take off and land on the water. Who here has had a drone before? Have any of you guys lost the drone to the ocean or to rivers? Anyone? Any hands up? Yeah, I see a couple people. So we wanted to create a product that basically takes away the stress of flying around the water and built a camera that is 100% waterproof. It has an IP rating of 67, which means that you can dunk it, it can be crashed around by the waves, and it'll still do what all of our other cameras do, which is follow you on all your favorite water-based activities. So I would love to say that I'm a pretty good filmmaker. I have definitely had my fair share of learning from different people around me, but one guy in particular who I've had the pleasure of learning from for quite a few years is not only has he traveled all around the world capturing everything from the world's best surfers, kite surfers, wake surfers, he is, he's by far one of the best water filmmakers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And I think he will do a much better chance of telling you guys why HOVERAIR Aqua is going to really change the game in the filmmaking space, especially in the water. So, without further ado, I would love to introduce to you guys my good friend, Chris Rogers.
Thanks, Anita. Wow, thanks everybody for coming out. I'm super stoked to talk about Aqua today, but I just want to give a little background to myself. I'm a travel and extreme sports filmmaker. My job is to be mostly behind the camera, following and chasing some of the best extreme sport athletes around the world, from surfing to wakeboarding, snowboarding, etc. I spend a lot of time in and around water. And I started flying drones about 12 years ago. And in those 12 years, I actually had to write this down when Anita asked me to speak. I've owned 15 drones, including the Aqua now, and I have broken 8 drones due to water damage. I think at least 4 of them are sitting at the bottom of a lake somewhere or a river. I do like to film in a very, some people would say sketchy way, but I'll do whatever it takes to get the shot. And now with HOVERAIR Aqua, it's giving me a lot of peace of mind. You know, like I said, I'm usually behind the camera or behind the controller flying the drone and following athletes, and now I can actually be in front of the drone, which is really nice, because what I've realized when you want to film someone or have yourself film doing any kind of water activity is you run into a few issues. The first one is you need a friend who can fly a drone. So 1, do you have a friend? 2, do you have a friend who can fly a drone? And 3, do you have a friend who can actually fly a drone well? And for most people, the answer is actually usually no. And so that is what's so great about HOVERAIR, is they've pretty much solved that issue. And I think the only thing left was, can you fly a drone around water and not have to worry about it sinking? So I was fortunate enough to test it out just a week ago. This is back home in Cape Town, South Africa. I was out e-foiling, strapped the lighthouse to my arm, and just hit follow, and got some pretty impressive shots. I kind of wish I had shown the shots I got just 2 weeks before this of my friend attempting to fly another drone following me, and it wasn't nearly as nice as what HOVERAIR was able to get. But you know, on the side here, I have a selfie stick with an action camera, and you know, a selfie stick is great for filming yourself. You can get some really epic, unique shots, but I think a lot of people forget, 1, do you actually have the skills to hold a selfie stick while surfing, while snowboarding? And two, do you have the skills to do an activity while filming and framing yourself well with a selfie stick? That's a whole nother ball game. And I think the great thing about HOVERAIR is you just throw it in the water, press two buttons, or one button basically, is just set your mode, and it's going to follow you around and get the shot. So this was me testing out the follow shot. I had set the I set HOVERAIR Aqua to fly pretty low, as I felt it would capture the mountain landscape behind me, whereas if it was above, it would kind of only capture the water. So yeah, it was really nice to be able to just paddle out, not have to worry about the drone sinking, and it just got the exact shot I wanted. Go to the next slide. I then tested out the angle track mode. So what happens is I basically just set sort of a reference point to myself, and now the drone tracks me sideways. So you'll see over here, it's just following me, and that's the exact shot it's getting at the same time. This is, if you told me this was possible 10 years ago, I would have told you to get lost. And, you know, we've gone from having drones be almost as big as this, and, you know, taking up an entire backpack that makes you look like a Ninja Turtle, to now being able to fit in your pocket. So I'm really excited on all the new possibilities of being able to capture myself doing my favorite things, which is e-foiling, surfing, wakeboarding. I can finally be in front of the camera a little bit, and now when I work with athletes, I'm gonna probably get to be able to surf more and just strap the lighthouse to their arm and let HOVERAIR do all the flying, instead of me having to sit on the boat or the beach and do all the flying myself manually. And now I get to have more fun. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so stoked on Aqua.
Should we give one away?
We definitely should.